I'm just capping some butters.
When it comes to natural body products, this Canadian-based company really cleans up. And top of their line is soap. But just how do you make it? It all starts with ordinary off-the-shelf olive oil, to which they add vegetable shortening, in this case hydrogenated canola oil. Because shortening is solid at room temperature, it first has to be melted in these large stainless steel tanks. Getting the correct ratio for each ingredient is critical. So, as each ingredient is added to the mix, it's weighed. The final ingredient, called lye, is added last. Made from sodium hydroxide, or caustic soda as it's more commonly known, this isn't the kind of stuff you want to get on exposed skin, so protective clothing is a must. Next, the entire solution is mixed. It's during this process that the fundamental chemistry takes place between the acidic and base components of the mix.
What happens is actually, if you remember high school chemistry, if you mix an acid and a base, you get salt and water. Soap is actually a salt of an acid-base reaction. The oils provide the acids, which are triglycerides, and the lye provides the base. It's a very strong base chemical. And what will actually happen is the molecules actually undergo a chemical reaction where part of the molecule of the sodium hydroxide combines with part of a fat molecule or an oil molecule to actually form the soap, and the other part of the lye molecule combines with other parts of the oil molecules and actually forms glycerin, which is a humectant and attracts moisture to your skin.
In most commercial soap production, this glycerin is removed since it's a valuable commodity that can be used in a wide range of other applications. Here, it's left in since it's a valuable and natural skin moisturizer. After a thorough mixing, the liquid soap is starting to solidify. It's now that the mixture is poured into large molds or blocks, from which slabs, then ultimately individual bars, will be cut. Although the technique of producing handmade soap hasn't changed much over the years, today the process is a little easier, and for today's soap makers, that's good news.
When I started with the company, we made product in much smaller batches because it was a much smaller company at that point. When I started making soap, we did it in buckets, 5-gallon buckets. I would come in the morning, melt pails of fat on hot plates sitting on the floor. I would mix lye in the sink using water and dry caustic soda. It was actually quite an art to it because you had to heat the oil up to the right temperature and cool the lye down at the right time to get everything to work. They were mixed in buckets with a hand drill, poured individually one at a time, and in about an 8.5 to 9 hour day I could produce maybe 18 blocks of soap, and each block of soap can be cut into 128 bars. Nowadays, one person can do about 7 rounds of 6 blocks at a time, so we can actually make 42 blocks of soap in a day in the same time it took me to make 18 blocks when I started.
Meanwhile, the final, purely cosmetic ingredients are being added to this new batch. In this case, a natural fragrance together with a second colour to give the soap an attractive swirl design. From start to finish, the entire process has taken a little under 30 minutes. And that's how you make soap. Steve Kelly, Shore TV, Calgary.